Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. So excited to do this video. This is a video I look forward to every single year, and that's the top finds of the year. I even went back and watched last year's top finds. I had some great finds last year, but this year was the best finds I've ever found in all of my finding. And there's just some great stuff in here. So I'm going to go through, my goal is to do top 20 of 2020, but I got way more than 20. So let's get it going. First off, I want to start off just thanking a couple awesome people that sent me some awesome gifts. First, Art Bellali sent me one of the most heartfelt gifts I've ever gotten here in the vinyl community. That was this Townes Van Zandt self-titled. This was probably... It was one of my number one grails. I could not track one down. This album, used to, my favorite album was Led Zeppelin 3. And then Odyssey and Oracle kind of rivaled for that top spot. And when I heard this album, I hate to say it, but this is my favorite album of all time. I can confidently say it's my favorite album. I couldn't find a first press. Art found one, and it's got that sweet poppy label. And he sent it to me, and he just was like, hey, man, I know that you would appreciate this more than me. If you want to send me something back, you can. If not, consider it a gift. And, man, that was so kind of you. I did send him something back, but I can honestly say I can never repay just the generosity of knowing I needed that record so bad and being willing to send it to me. Another gift that I got is in this stack, and it is right here. Dana Kombarowicz, I think is how you pronounce your last name, man. I appreciate you so much. He sent my wife a gift, a Brandy Carlisle record. That's it's The Story. It's really rare. It's hard to find. But he sent me this as a way to say happy anniversary on the store. We'd made it a year. He sent me the Sonics. Here are the Sonics original press on Etiquette. This is a super rare record and one I really, really, really wanted. The Sonics Boom, I just found it and I wanted it so bad. So he sent me that as a gift. And man, I appreciate that. That means the world to me. So thank y'all for those. The rest of these are just heaters that I found. I'll tell you where I found them, and we're going to try to zip through this so this isn't an hour-long video. First one is The Brief Encounter. This is one of the best. These next three are the best three I found all year. This is The Brief Encounter. A good guy comes in the shop all the time. He found this in a crate of records somewhere. I think he said he bought the crate of records for like $40 or $60 or something. He said there were some blue notes in there, but he said he didn't know what that was. And he looked it up and saw what it was worth and was like, holy moly. He brought it in the shop. We he'd and hawed and negotiated and came to an agreement on it. This is a grail. I reported there's only like 100 copies. I think there might be some more, but I'm not sure. This is a really rare funk album out of North Carolina, like Wilkesboro area, Boone, like the mountains, North Carolina. Fantastic. This is just an amazing record. When I got this record, I bought it with the intention of flipping it because I was like, I'm not putting this much into a record if I'm not going to flip it. And after I listened to it a bunch of times, I was like, man, I can't. So there may be a rainy day where I sell it, but for now, this is staying with me. The Brief Encounter, it is absolutely fantastic. I've heard there's 100 copies. I've heard there's 500 copies. No one knows. Some friends of mine have met one of the guys in the band. And he said he didn't even get one. So he said they were really rare. Second, this is probably a better find just because I actually was in an attic and found this. This is the Victor Perino's Kingdom Come. I've talked about this in multiple other videos, but this album I ran across, I'm going to reference the attic find. If you haven't seen that video, just search Noble Records attic, and I found just this guy who had this amazing attic full of records, and we were going through, and I picked this record out, and he didn't even know what it was. He's like, I hadn't seen that in forever. He said, I listened to it once, it sucked. And so he gave me a good deal on it. I didn't know what it was. I totally blind bought, didn't know what in the world it was. And got it home and put it on, and I was just floored. It is insane, incredible prog synth masterpiece. It's unbelievable. It's killer. And so this is one of the most valuable records I've ever found. And since I found it in an attic, it's been up there for years and years and years, and I was able to rescue it. And it wasn't, it was this part of the attic was actually heat and air condition controlled. There was no warping issues with any of these. So, The Dog That Bit People, that's another one. A viewer on my channel reached out to me and said he had found this for cheap, and he knew it was worth a lot of money, and he was trying to find a collector to buy it. I was thrilled to be able to take it off his hands and bought this from him. This is a really good early psychedelic record. It's just super rare UK promo of this record. This is a very valuable record, one of the most valuable ones in my collection. So that was a huge find. The Dog That Bit People, fantastic record. Last year I found this. This is Poppo's Blues. Really, really good South American blues rock. Psychedelic blues rock. It is absolutely mind-melting guitar solos. This is a white label promo. It is awesome. So I found that last year. So my goal this year was to track down some more Poppo's Blues. The one I wanted most was Poppo's Blues 2, which I found a guy. He had 4 Poppo's Blues. Shoot, there's another one. Another 2 I didn't grab. But anyways, these are the ones I'm most excited about. Poppo's Blues 2. This is an original press. I was able to get that from him, and this is a grail of a find. These are so rare, so hard to find. I believe they're only pressed in Argentina. I believe. I could be wrong, but South America nonetheless. But yeah, this is Poppo's Blues 3, which this one is equally, 2 and 3 are equally just melters, killer heaters of albums. Look at that artwork. They're in really good shape. He actually sold me 4 Poppo's Blues records. El Reloj, which is a really good South American psych, and another couple. This is the Zoo Chocolate Mousse. The Zoo presents Chocolate Mousse. This is in the shrink with the hype stickers. Fantastic psychedelic rock record. Really tough to find, especially in this condition. With the shrink and the hype, it's just the whole package deal. A friend of mine found it, brought it in the shop, knew I wanted it, and we did some trading, and I was able to get it from him. But this is a great find. I've been wanting that for a really long time. I've talked about this, my video, top 10 rock albums you've never heard. That video is blown up. I can't believe how many people have seen it. But actually, a guy that's in this band reached out to me, and we've been talking a little bit. I was dying to know who these guys were. Couldn't figure it out. So I've gotten some insight with him. It's really cool. But this is the Scorpio Brothers, Ico. This is an insanely good record. I've ranted and raved about this all year, but this was a great find. A guy reached out to me. He had found it for $1 somewhere in Georgia and brought it up and traded it in the shop for some store credit. So appreciate that, man. It's killer. Good buddy of mine sold me this here. This is Rodriguez, coming from Reality, and it is a promo copy. One of my goals this year was to get the Rodriguez stuff, so I got this one. This is amazing stuff. If you don't know Rodriguez, folk psych brilliance. It's insane. It's good. And then this is the one I really, really wanted. This is Rodriguez Cold Fact, original U.S. press. And the shrink. Found this one. Was so excited to be able to get a copy of this. This has creeped up into probably my top 10 favorite records. If you haven't seen the documentary Searching for Sugar Man, watch it. It's great. This is just fantastic stuff. Really good. That's all I'll say. A friend of mine owns a record store in Archdale. Shout out to Jerry at King Records. He posted on Instagram that he had this. He had bought it in a collection, and he was like, man, I didn't realize this was, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top and the Moving Sidewalks Flash. And I reached out to him. I was like, hey, man, is there any way you'd sell that to me? He's like, yeah, for sure. And he gave me a killer deal on it. He actually drove down, and I guess it was like an hour and a half. He drove down to deliver it to me at the shop. And just super sweet dude. Was so excited to get it. Thank you, Jerry, if you're watching this. But this is one of my best finds this year. Absolutely amazing psychedelic blues rock record. This is one I have been wanting for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. Something like that. Skip Spence. Alexander Skip Spence. Or Incredible story about this guy. He was in and out of mental institutions. Basically, he talked Columbia into letting him record a record. When he got out of a mental institution, he used some of the advance money to buy a motorcycle and drive to the studio and record this album. I guess I think he'd written part of it in the institution, but just really hauntingly beautiful folk psych. Just a really hard record to find. This is an original first pressing. It is so rare to find this record. This was a grail on top of my list, and I finally scratched it off. This was funny. I don't buy a lot of records on eBay, but certain ones I do look out for, and somehow I bought this in the middle of the night without knowing it. But I got a really good deal on it. I have good instinct when I'm sleeping. But yeah, that's the story behind how I got that one. Another one of my good friends sold me this Spirmul. This is a really killer krautrock record on the Brain label. Really good synth stuff. It's choice prog. That same day, same friend sold me this. And I just talked about this in a video. This is Dave Miller and Leif Corbett, Reflections of a Pioneer, Australian press, only made in Australia. Really tough, hard blues rock to find. Blues rock, psych, whatever you want to call it. It's in that vein. And it's very, very good and very tough to find. The Grail train is just rolling, y'all. Tim Murphy, Poets Need the Rain. This is a really good folky record. A friend of mine sold it to me. It was warped. It was warped badly enough to where the first song skipped, and it just killed me that it did, because this is like a $300 or $400 record, and I got it for a really good deal from him. But I was just kind of bummed that it was warped. And I have some methods that kind of have had some success with fixing warps, but I was hesitant to do it on such an expensive record because you can ruin them very easily. So I just kind of waited around trying to figure out what to do. I've been thinking about buying a vinyl flattener or some sort of machine that does it. There's a bunch out there. But a friend of mine, James over at Rollin Records, he bought a really nice high class vinyl flat. It's not one of the vinyl flat machines. It's like a big, nice industrial. I don't want to say industrial, but professional grade. And he flattened this for me, and it's almost perfect. It plays everything perfect. It's great. So this is really good. It reminds me of Townes Van Zandt if he was a little more on the psychedelic side, but really good record. Was so glad I went ahead, and I was hesitant to buy it because of the warp, but my guy at Rollin Records, he flattened it for me. He did a great job. This is one of my best finds this year, just because there's the Salvation Army thrift store that was next to my shop, and it has been in that shopping center for 15 or 20 years. And I have been there hundreds, or if not thousands of times growing up, even from when I was a teenager. And I went one day not knowing this, but that week they shut down for good and they're out. And so this was one of the last days they were open, and I went and I found a bunch of really good funk and soul records. But this Formula One, Hold On, got it for 49 cents. This is like a $400 record, and it is just really good 1977 soul disco funk, and it is killer. There's a lot about this record that I could talk about. The label that it was on was a tax fraud label. It's an interesting story. This one I got from the Record Jungle in California. The guy that runs it's a friend of mine, and got this record from him. Asterix. This is a great hard rock record. This is the precursor to there's a band called Lucifer's Friend, is a lot more well known, like prog hard rock band. This is the album before that when they were called Asterix. This is a really, really tough album to find. Original press on Decca, total mint condition. This is another one. This is a killer one. And I made a list of 20 that I knew I was going to put on the list. But as I was going through all my records, I was like, I know I found this year. I know I found that this year. This Ian Carr, Belladonna. This is an original UK Vertigo. This is a tough one to find. This is jazz, prog, psychedelic goodness. Face smoldering guitar by Alan Holdsworth. Just really, really good stuff. Great record. This is one. Holy moly. This is a heavy one. Howlin Wolf. The original first press on that black chest. Rocking Chair album. This is a blues grail. Super hard to find. This one's in fantastic condition. It's one of those things, I bought it online, and I was skeptical because the price was so good, and said that it was VG. So I was prepared for some snaps, crackles, and pops. But, you know, for a record like this at a price like that, I was like, okay, got it home. It is not VG. It is like closer to excellent. Maybe VG plus. It is really good condition. Amazing blues grail. Some people undergrade things just to cover them, to make sure that the buyer's going to be happy, and that's amazing when they do that. This is another one, Surprise, Keep On Truckin'. This is an insanely tough record to find, especially with this first black and white cover. Really good, strange, psychedelic hard rock. Great stuff. Really tough record to find. He has there's a second pressing with a cover that's in color, and the cover's different, but it's still the same record. It's similar style, but it's just a little different. This is one good buddy of mine, Lonnie, comes in the shop all the time. He tracked this down. This is a North Carolina grail. All the North Carolina guys look for it. This is Gaston Mcqueen. Just incredible North Carolina funk, and it is stanky funk, funky funk. It is so funky. But you got to find that. They reissued this for Record Store this year at some point, I think. But this is one that you got to get your hands on. And since there's been a reissue, it's not as hard to find. And I think it's even on iTunes to stream. This is another one. I've talked about this a good bit. Gary Higgins, Red Hash. This is a really good folk psych masterpiece. Very, very hard to find. This was in the shrink. It's near mint. It's beautiful, beautiful condition. Was thrilled to be able to get this. A good friend of mine, Spatula City Records, sold me this. He found it in a collection. This is Plantation, Mother Earth's Plantation by Mort Carson. This is really, really interesting record. This was a album that was recorded by Mort Carson, who used like a bunch of Moog synthesizers to play music that he said would help plants grow. It was given out. It was actually sold at one plant store in California, or given away at select Sears stores in California when you bought a Simmons mattress. This one was gotten with a Simmons mattress from Sears. So really tough record to find, expensive record to find, and it is so cool. It's a weird record, but once you hear it, you're hooked. This is another one, the Druids of Stonehenge, Creation. Got this from Nate's Crates, man. Appreciate you. Fantastic garage psych. It has got some really good raspy vocals and guitar licks that are just incredible stuff. This is a grail, super hard to find, an expensive record. He gave me a good deal on it. Appreciate that. So now we're going to go into a segment I like to call the double fast round, where we talk about a couple of really good digs I went on. So the attic dig, I talked about that before. I did a series of videos on it, like 2 or 3 videos. I've been over there several times, found a ton of good punk stuff, ton of good psych stuff, a bunch of punk 45s. I got some t-shirts from the guy. It was amazing. This is one of the better ones I found. Burnt Sweet, really good folk psych. Parts of it are real folky, and then parts of it are like heavy psych guitar. This is another one I did not know what it was, but I grabbed it and it was actually really warped, like really warped. Way worse than the other warp, unlistenably warped. But I got it for cheap because it was warped and I had a good feeling about it. It's an expensive one, and actually my friend at Rolling Records, he fixed it for me. So it plays great now, and it's a great record. This is the mega one I found over there. The one I was most excited about is this original press of Easter Everywhere by 13th Floor Elevators. One of the most iconic, essential psych records. Even if it's just a reissue, you gotta get one. I had a reissue for years and years, and I was like, I'm gonna find an original one day. When I pulled this out, I was like, I wish I could have a video of my face when I pulled it out. I think that's when I coined the term that I've been known to use when I made brownies downstairs. I think that's when I coined the term but really great record. One of my best finds ever. And the fact that it was just sitting there for like 30 years, no one had enjoyed it. It was just amazing. Another one, same deal. This Remains record was there, and I was like, ugh. Been wanting this for so long. And this is just perfect, insanely good. Early garage rock. I've heard the rumor that they opened for the Beatles, but they were a lot more raw than the Beatles, and they're really good. Okay, going too fast here, getting a little crazy. The Cramps, this one I also got there. I got so many grails there, so many good things, but these are just 3 I thought I'd show. I got a ton of punk, post-punk, new wave stuff. I got this original Cramps still in the shrink with the red cover, greatest hits. This is one I've been wanting for a good long while, but I got a ton of good punk stuff there. And what was even just as valuable as the records was the education that I got going there. The guy that had collected this stuff over the years just like poured stories and facts, and we listened to music the whole time I was over there. And I'd spend like 6 or 8 hours over there when I go digging. We used to be talking the whole time. Great dude. Learned a lot from him, and also learned a lot from these records that I've just been blind buying from him because he has great taste. Okay. Next super epic dig. This is the best collection I bought all year. Best collection I've maybe ever bought ever. And that was the Metal Apocalypse, the metal collection I just got. I've showed this video several times. This Pentagram record. Bobby Liebling from Pentagram saw my last video. I was talking about Pentagram. And he like posted about my video on Instagram. So me and him have been talking. And he's a super cool dude. So excited, but this is just insanely rare. He said it's so rare he doesn't even have it. But very, very rare. Pentagram, their first album, first pressing. Just impossible to find. And then this one as well. Bobby, if you're watching, I think that this Pentagram record is signed by everybody but you. So maybe we can get together. But this one, Day of Reckoning, is another super rare one. And I'm just thrilled to have it. Also over there, so I already had a Ride the Lightning Megaforce, but this one was in the shrink, and it was like near mint. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. So I upgraded mine, sold mine in the shop, kept that one. While we're on the Metallica train, I did not have a Megaforce of Kill 'Em All. And so I sold my reissue and kept that one. I did have a first pressing of Injustice for All, but I am a sucker for this hype sticker right here. Been wanting one for that with that hype sticker forever, because that's kind of a telltale sign that you've got a first pressing, is that hype right there. But was stoked to get this one in the shrink with that hype sticker. Not all the time do hype stickers add a ton of value, but I think one that's like that's so iconic as that one does. It does add value to it. So I was thrilled to get that. And then also, first pressing of Master of Puppets in the shrink. I did not have one at all, so I was thrilled to get that. I don't think I had one at all. And then this Pantera Power Metal, was so thrilled to see that in there. Kept that for myself. Just different Pantera. Early stuff is really hard to find. I think you can listen to it on YouTube, but they don't stream it. They don't want you to hear it. It's really good stuff. Really rare record. And then here is Neil Young and Crazy Horse Ragged Glory. I decided to keep it. I've been looking for this for 10 years. I had a copy, and times got hard, and I sold it, and I've been looking for another one. This one's still sealed. I'm going to open it and listen to it. It's amazing. Okay. Whew. Oh my gosh. I wanted to keep this video under 30 minutes, so we're trucking. This next one, January 2020, before I knew that the world was about to change forever. I was in an attic. Not an attic. I was in a closet. I call this the prog closet, okay? This guy had this awesome collection of prog stuff, and it was in this dusty old closet. You could tell the stuff had been there for 30, 40 years and hadn't been touched. And I just see that spine. I'll pull out this Stooges Funhouse promo. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Promo. It's sitting in a closet for 30 years. So that was a victorious moment. This is why I love digging and I love finding stuff, is because of stuff like this. Like you find something that's just a total grail that people's just been sitting there for 30 or 40 years. So that was amazing to be able to get that. I already had a nice copy, but to get a promo copy and upgrade to that was amazing. Another friend from the vinyl community reached out to me, said he had a sealed J.K. and Co. Suddenly One Summer. This is another one that I got from him sealed, and it's actually still sealed, but I'm going to open it. Next time I want to listen to it, I'll open it. I don't keep sealed records. I either sell them or I open them. So I'm going to open this one. This is like incredible condition. But anyways, obviously it's sealed, but was glad to be able to get that. I had one of these already, but it was kind of beat up. This is an incredible record. The kid who recorded it was like 16 years old. It's insane for a 16-year-old to have composed something as incredible as this, but this is a psychedelic masterpiece. This is one you gotta have. But these are tough to find. Sealed or impossible to find. Oh man, there's some real heat at the bottom of this deck. Good Lord. This one I got from Nico Malcolm. If you want to make somebody, you want to find somebody's YouTube channel that makes you want to quit collecting records because their stuff's so good, Nico Malcolm is the guy. I got this from original UK press of Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Super nice guy. This is, I think he said this is one of his favorite records, if not his favorite, and he actually found two. So he was willing to sell me one. It's in fantastic condition. Couldn't be happier with that purchase. Nico, you're the man. This one walked in the shop. Okay. Guy, a good friend of mine, he's selling all his collection off, and he's bringing me bits and chunks at a time. He brought me his David Bowie stuff, and this is David Bowie's first record. David Bowie, self-titled, and it is very, very rare. Original U.S. press. It's in pretty good shape. This is another one I've been looking for years. Found it this year in The Shrink, The Third Power. This is Detroit hard rock to die for. Insanely good stuff, The Third Power. They've reissued this recently. You can get the reissues easily. If you like MC5, check out The Third Power. This is another one. Killer stuff. The Sonics Boom. I talked about the top of the video. Original etiquette press of the Sonics Boom. Ridiculously hard record to find. Grail, early garage rock that is just absolutely some of the most influential. And this is the last but not least. This is Velvet Underground Nico. And I know this is a little beat, the cover's a little beat up and it doesn't have the peel, but this is the band Emerson cover. And I've been looking for this for years and years. I was on eBay, which, like I said, I don't buy off eBay very much, but once in a while I do when it's something special. And someone had a lot of records, and it was a psychedelic lot. And most of it was but then this was just in the background. I could see the top of the banana, and I was like, oh man, I wonder if that's an original Emerson cover. And I got it for cheap enough to where I could just take a chance, and it was. And I'm stoked. It's original first mono press. Y'all, thank y'all for watching this video so much. It has been a fantastic year. I'm going to be doing another video on my top 10 albums that were released this year and kind of a review of the whole year. So just stay tuned. Thank y'all so much for watching this video and for watching all my videos and subscribing and all that stuff. You guys have been so great this year. The vinyl community has been such a special thing this year while everyone's been going through all this crap. Thank y'all for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.